And here we go.
You're the biggest threat to the yellow jersey at the front of the race. Placing his teammates early on at the head of the peloton. There's no doubt that he's ticked this stage in his objectives. You are 2 kilometers from the summit. Watch your opponents. His teammates are taking things in hand behind the breakaway. Keep an eye on him. He's the best climber in the breakaway. Goes to the top of the climber standing. Here's the positions over the last climb.
The riders will be swiftly onto the next pass, but they'll first have to negotiate the next descent, where the succession of hairpin bends can quickly force an error.
A teammate is beginning to lose touch. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The Col de Platzerwasel is a 7-kilometer climb. Its average slope is 8.5%. The breakaway is increasing its lead over the yellow jersey, but there's no worry as it contains no big guns for the overall standings.
He asked his teammates to maintain the tempo. He must feel on form today.
The gap with the yellow jerseys melting away. The escapees will have difficulties going all the way. Acceleration in the peloton.
Okay, I'll follow any attack. Understood. Understood.
He's the best placed in the overall standings amongst those at the head of the race.
The gap with the yellow jerseys melting away. The escapees will have difficulties going all the way.
There's a big time gap with the breakaway, but it's not our concern. We are interested in the overall standings, not the stage. There's a big gap to the breakaway. It's good to have placed a guy up front.
There will be 5, 3, 2 and 1 point for the first 4 at the top of the climb.
There's movement behind you.
Understood.
An attack! We've got to react! He's dangerous!
The breakaway has a fight in its hands. There are 2 difficulties left, and the lead doesn't seem enough to be able to hold off the favourites.
He's got his guys riding. He must have good legs.
Okay, we finished quietly.
The breakaway is being reeled in. It will be difficult to withstand the return of the yellow jersey. One and a half minutes lead for the head of the race over the favourites. The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the yellow jersey.
He's got his teammates riding because in front there's a rider who's dangerous to him in the overall standings. A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer. I don't know if it's a bluff, but the breakaway looks to be increasing the pace at the front of the race.
The yellow jersey group is 1 minute from the head of the race. The riders up front have a 1 minute lead on the favourites group.
He's got his teammates riding because he's a danger to the overall standings. There's movement behind you.
The gap is 1 minute between the favourites and the guy in the front.
He'll get his team to ride behind you, but it's worth a try. The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit. An attack! We've got to react! He's dangerous!
Allez les gars! Allez. Allez, Chris!
The breakaway increases its lead on the yellow jersey group.
Here's the positions over the last climb.
The descent before the final climb is tricky. The riders will have to be careful not to lose everything so close to the finish.
Vivo!
30 seconds between the breakaway and the yellow jersey.
movement behind you.
The lead rider has 30 seconds on the favourites.
There's movement behind you.
The final ascent is 6 kilometres with an average gradient of 8.5%. But the summit is the most daunting. The last 300 metres are at more than 15%.
An attack! We've got to react! He's dangerous! Attack! We've got to react straight away! The chase is ours! You've got to react straight away, guys! He's taken provisional lead of the overall standings. Only 5 kilometres left for the race leaders. Only 5 kilometres left. Go! Go! Again!
Courage, on continue.
As it's a summit finish, the points for the mountain jersey are doubled. Acceleration at the front of the peloton. No falling asleep.
You're ahead of the group with the favourites by 30 seconds. There's movement behind you. It is the red pennant. 1 more kilometre of effort. This is the last kilometre. Go, go, 1 more effort.
He succeeded in avoiding all the pitfalls to win today. Here's the winner of the Mulhouse-La Planche des Belles Filles stage, Nairo Quintana. Congratulations to him. He managed to maneuver perfectly to snatch He tops the standings and will receive the traditional honors. Here's the yellow jersey of this Tour de France. He's amongst the leading riders this year.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. All the ingredients have been brought together to produce a stage ridden under an attacking banner. It's a short stage where the 4 passes to be crossed are gathered inside less than 100 kilometers. Attacks can come at any time, uphill and downhill.
Okay, but give me time to move up a bit. I'm not well placed. Okay, I'll follow any attack.
The mountains don't scare him. He's already trying to escape.
We're approaching the finish of the tour, guys. Everyone is tired, and everything will be decided now. It's all a question of mental strength.
Another one who's motivated to spend the day up front.
Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint. You should perhaps be waiting for the group behind. It will be easier if there are several of you. His teammates are taking things in hand behind the breakaway.
At ease on short climbs, mountain passes or on the flat, all he lacks is a good turn of speed when finishing in a big group.
Here's the positions over the last climb. You were first over the top of the climb. That's good.
He's a teammate without ambitions for the overall standings. The head of the race will soon begin the Col de PS4 climb. This is one of the great classics of the Tour de France, and the riders know it well.
Collective fall. It may create gaps.
The breakaway is increasing its lead over the yellow jersey, but there's no worry as it contains no big guns for the overall standings. Its slope is 7% on average, over 13 kilometers, and it's classified as first category, the same as the two that follow.
Understood.
They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax. Go, guys. You've got to keep up the rhythm to defend the yellow jersey. You are 2 kilometers from the summit. Watch your opponents.
Okay, we'll relay flat out.
A teammate is beginning to lose touch. I want you to ride in his tracks. He's dangerous for the overall standings. Keep an eye on him. He's the best climber in the breakaway.
He's one of the very good climbers, but he has a tendency to keep up a steady pace. Acceleration is not his best weapon.
He has taken the overall lead. Watch out, guys. He's got his teammates riding because in front there's a rider who's dangerous to him in the overall standings. Here's the positions over the last climb.
The descent to Ludevielle isn't too complicated. Apart from a few hairpin bends that mustn't be messed up, the riders will be able to go flat out.
A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer.
His best chance of victory is to try a breakaway from far out. He's a good climber. He's an excellent puncher who also knows how to climb in the mountains. On the other hand, it's better for him that he finishes alone because his capabilities as a sprinter really are limited. He's a pure climber, able to follow the very best when he's in shape. The breakaway is being reeled in. It will be difficult to withstand the return of the yellow jersey. The riders will now tackle the col de Val-Louron-Azé, a fairly short but very steep climb where the most adventurous can start attacking. Percentages are very high, right from the foot of the pass. One and a half minutes lead for the head of the race over the favourites. The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the yellow jersey. The riders up front have a 1 minute lead on the favourites group. The yellow jersey group is 1 minute from the head of the race.
There's movement behind you.
30 seconds between the breakaway and the yellow jersey. The gap between the favourites group and the front is 30 seconds.
You'll get his team to ride behind you, but it's worth a try. You're 30 seconds ahead of the favourites group. There's movement behind you.
The first 6 score points at the top of Val-Louron-Azé.
There's movement behind you.
Watch out for him in the mountains. He may be young, but he's already proved that he can compete with the best.
You are 2 kilometers from the summit. Watch your opponents.
He's an excellent climber who must be watched continuously and also one of the best descenders in the peloton.
I want you to ride in his tracks. He's dangerous for the overall standings.
He's an outsider. He must be watched. He has eyes on the overall standing. The descent to Saint-Lary-Soulan is to be negotiated with caution. If the first half is fairly straight, the second is quite tricky, with several hairpin bends. Riders will have to keep a clear head.
Here's the positions over the last climb.
He's part of the climber elite, and given his age, we should see him often at the front of the race. He's one of the favourites for the race and the undisputed leader of his team. Watch out for him.
There's movement behind you. You're 1 minute 30 ahead of the group with the favorites.
The climb to the Plada is very steep, right from the first kilometres. It easily exceeds 10%. It's only in the last 3 kilometres that the slope becomes a little more bearable.
Go! Another 10 kilometres to retain the jersey.
Watch out! There's an attack at the head of the peloton. Acceleration at the front of the peloton. No falling asleep.
Understood.
Watch out, there's an attack at the head of the peloton.
There's movement behind you. The group with the favorites is 1 minute away.
acceleration at the front of the peloton. No falling asleep. In addition to a prestigious victory, the winner will score an additional 20 points in the climber standings.
Only 5 kilometers left. Go, go, again! Collective fall. It may create gaps. It is the red pennant. 1 more kilometer of effort. This is the last kilometer. Go, go! 1 more effort. You'll get his team to ride behind you, but it's worth a try.
Ladies and gentlemen, applaud him loudly. Here's the winner of the Saint-Gaudens Saint-Lary-Soulan stage, Nairo Quintana. He will climb onto... We can say that the Tours, he tops the standings and will receive the traditional honors.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. The final stage on the Champs-Élysées is always one of the most coveted. In the past, sprinters seeking the prestige of a victory in Paris have sometimes been caught off guard, but it hasn't happened very often. With the specialists who currently dominate the discipline, it's an even more demanding challenge.
Okay, guys, we've got to keep the jersey. Cover all attacks and everything should work out fine.
The riders will follow the Seine, passing in front of the Eiffel Tower, and will cross the Pont Royal before entering the prestigious circuit. The peloton has caught up. There's no more escapees.
The peloton is 5 kilometers from the intermediate sprint.
Understood.
Last kilometer. You've got to sprint.
This stage is his. He was the... Here's the grand